So in this example, what I'd like to do is show you how to convert from decimal to percent and from percent to decimal. So suppose I've got something like 79%. Well, 79% means 79 things out of 100 things. Percent means out of 100. So this is 79 divided by 100 because fractions are really just divisions. Well, 79 divided by 100, what happens here is we take our decimal, which is here on the end, and when we divide by 100, the decimal moves to the left twice. There's 2 zeros, so the decimal moves over twice and ends up in front of the 7. So 79% is the same thing as 79 over 100, and it's the same thing as 0.79. Now suppose I have 2.45. Well, this is really the same thing as 245 divided by 100. Why 100? Well, because right now at 245, the decimal point is over here, and we want it to be between the 2 and the 4, so we need it to move over twice. And for it to move over twice, we need to divide by 100, 2 zeros. 2.45 is 245 divided by 100. Well, that's really just the same thing as 245 over 100. And since this is over 100, then it means that it's 245 things out of 100, which is 245%. So even though we're talking about percents and it's over 100%, we can still convert this back and forth between fraction, decimals, and percent, even if it's more than 100%. So if I have a sales tax, for example, sales tax. That's a question we get a lot in word problems. This is an amount that we have to pay extra to the cost of an object. And usually these things are small taxes, small percents, like say 15%. Now 15%, if I wanted to know how much that was as a decimal, I would say, well, 15% is 15 out of 100. And 15 out of 100 is the same thing as saying 15 divided by 100. And 15 divided by 100, well, with the decimal point over here and dividing by 100, then the decimal point moves twice to the left, 1, 2, which means the result of this is 0.15. So all these things are equal to each other, which means in the end, we start with 15%. In the end, we get 0.15. 15% is the same thing as 0.15. So if at any point I need to multiply 15% to something, it's the same thing as multiplying 0.15.